I am Andrew Lycett. I am the author. Um, I am a biographer. So basically, I was trying to write about this character, Arthur Conan Doyle, who was responsible for inventing Sherlock Holmes. How he came about it. You know, what was it all about? He was born in Edinburgh in 1859. In 1886, he had this idea to write a detective story, and he wrote his first story, which was involving Sherlock Holmes, A Study in Scarlet, which was published in 1887, as far as I recall. And that didn't. It was published in a sort of quite a small publication, Beaton's Christmas Annual, and you know, it made a few waves, but people were not. I mean, wasn't widely known, but it created enough interest for him to be asked to do another one. It took a couple more years before he did another story, and The Sign of Four. That was much more successful, and as a result of that, he became quite well known. He decided that he would move from his place in Portsmouth, Southsea, and he would come up to London. He still wanted to carry on his career as a doctor, but when he came to London, he was approached by, or got in touch with, a literary agent who made a deal with a new magazine called Strand Magazine to write a monthly Sherlock Holmes story. And this was the absolute making of Sherlock Holmes. The first of these appeared in 1891. Sherlock Holmes, on the one hand, you know, the man who sort of lives alone and you know, he's a cocaine addict, and he likes to sort of relax by playing the violin. But basically, I mean, you know, he is a very cool intellect, really, and he uses his mind, and people sort of think that at some stage, you know, some people think that he's too sort of removed from life. And on the other hand, you have Dr. Watson, who's a much more human character, who bumbles along, who's a bit of a, you know, adds a bit of humor occasionally. You know, he is somebody who kind of humanizes the whole Sherlock Holmes kind of scene, and you know, you put the two together, and you have two sides, if you like, of well, humanity, but also, you know, to a lesser or greater extent, of Sherlock Holmes himself, because he was a scientist, as I've already said, but he was also a very human man. I mean, if you just have to take a look at Conan Doyle, and you will see that, you know, there's this big man, sort of outgoing. He is generally, you know, people tended to like him. You know, he was amiable sort of chap. You know, he liked being with people.